Hi guys, I'd like to add qtile to ArcoLinux Nemesis. So in previous videos we've added LeftWM i3, awesome, and we even added an AI script install desktops that you can run to simply click on the buttons, right? Say okay, that one and that one, that's a space bar, and then press OK. In my case, cancel. So we have code that's available anywhere, but we happen to be ArcoLinux, so we have our own code for qtile, for awesome, for BSPWM, for Xmonad. So these are workflow videos. If you say I'm into BSPWM, you do exactly the same as I do, but stop at some point in time maybe, because I'm building the packages and I'm putting on the repo as well, so I can do a sudo pacman -s. But if that's too early, I'll show you where to end. It is just a matter of copy pasting. Anybody can do Ctrl-C, Ctrl-V. I'd like qtile. All right. Everything is applications and configurations. Let's first tackle the configuration. I'll go to Ctrl-Alt-V, delete everything except close other tabs. Voila. I'll need the configuration. So edu awesome is here, edu i3, chatWM, leftWM, they're all here. So I need a new one. Edu Erik Dubois initials and then qtile. Okay, qtile is available. This will contain the new data. So edu, here he is, there he is, here he is, there he is. Another one, another example, so you can extract or mimic the things that I'm doing here in all these videos, these workflow series. You can exactly do it with any desktop there are out there, like 30-ish. We're not gonna do all of them. So we've got an empty GitHub. GitHubs, you need to push things. You need to say, I am Erik Dubois and I want you to push things. So I have this .91 that basically says copy paste this and that here to where is qtile? There. And then only one thing, one time you do the setup. Check out that the name is correct here, Erik Dubois, your own name of course. And then you up this, and then you have to a place to keep your code. That's the qtile code, right? The config. And where you copy the code from, you choose. The internet is a big place. There are many configs out there of qtile, for instance, DistroTube's qtile, right? You get the code from anywhere you like. We're gonna take it from ArcoLinux, GitHub, qtile. Let's see. Here's the code. Code. We have a bin folder. That's for Azerty, so basically just for me and the guys in Belgium. And config qtile. So this is basically code from somebody. You find other places and copy paste those. On the desktop we have already this. We can remove this. We can git clone this. This is the code. You git clone it or you zip it. This is what I need. So this is what I copy paste. Control X, for instance. Watch out, Erik. Control license as well, and the rest no. Control C. If you see license somewhere, right? Be truthful. It's proper procedure, right? Keep the license where you copy from. Control C. And then we go to edu, we go to qtile, which was more or less in the middle. Control V. This is it. And if you want to see the before and the after, where is the before? This is that. That's the before. Now we're gonna do the after. Well, a new code, right? Lots of code, go online, and this will be then the push. Second push, 2 commits. It's all in there. There is no readme. Good that I see it. So the readme, we can go and grab the readme from somebody else. I probably forgot the readme. No, that's a good one. But this is i3. i3 save. Control A, Control C, save. Control C. And then chat WM is done. Left WM, let's see. That's okay, left WM. Awesome. No readme. Edu, awesome. Okay. i3, left WM. i3 was okay. Yep. Left WM as it too. And then qtile. qtile. Control V. And this is qtile. Doesn't really matter, it's a readme, but well, it's done. It's nice. We push it to the internet. The readme is there as well. So that's the configuration. I mean, with the configuration, you can't really install an application, right? It's a configuration. Let's finish the story here and then I'll go to the application. So I'm adapting the workflow. In the last video, I did first the applications. Now I'm going to make the package build at the same time. It's just keep track of things, right? Just think, okay, what do I need? I need to build this thing. Building is a package build. If you want to package build, maybe you should take a look at the way we do it. Desktop, qtile distribute, distrotube better, qtile nemesis, that's for testing, that's for Wayland, right? I'm gonna go for this one. I think I've just deleted that one. So ArcoLinux package build. I'm gonna grab everything. Desktop, git clone. This is how we did it. So ArcoLinux package build, desktop here, qtile here. So that's what I want, but right. Control C. That's the package build. Edu package build. Control V. I don't want to build ArcoLinux qtile, right? Can't use that name, but I can use my initials. Edu qtile. Let's take a look at this. That's still good. Close all files. What I need to do first is copy paste this one. This one needs to go copy file to all folders, build data sh. Yep. So 91. It's a script to build things. Everything has now the same script. Build data, that's for ArcoLinux. That's for us. This goes to the nemesis repo, not to ArcoLinux repo. It goes to nemesis repo. Package build is totally wrong, as super F, Control H. ArcoLinux is now edu. So it's called edu. No, again, find, replace edu qtile, edu, sure. We're now the 4th month, April, and it's the first time we do something. Desktop for edu, right? This should be Erik Dubois. This is your URL. This is where you have your place on the internet. Find, replace, same again, Erik Dubois. It conflicts with all these, but yeah, there is no ArcoLinux anymore, so won't conflict with any of those. And save. We have a license that's going to be put in the user share edu licenses. I think we're over there. It needs the sexy hotkey daemon. Bash is always there, so that's no problem. Sexy hotkey daemon is necessary, sure. So we define actually that qtile needs this, right? It's a dependency, but we can leave it out as well and just remember to install it. Okay. So let's see. First I do a make package often -si. Let's see. It's gonna get all that. That's qtile. And it's done. I'm not gonna install it, so Control C. And then let's see, we have package edu qtile. It's gonna go etc, gonna have an SQL, gonna have a bin, give me a ZT is cool, config a qtile with all the stuff in there. And now we have a license, user share edu licenses, edu qtile license, right? Okay. So basically I can build it. It's always upping the number, as you see, 01 to 02 by default. Nice little script. AI. Should have done that 8 years ago. I manually updated every single time the number. So let's clean this up. No, no, and no. This is the current and the previous version, meaning it's used to build it. If the previous version it differs from the other one, then it gets built. In this case, it's not relevant. Okay. Done, right? It's on the Nemesis repo. The only thing what's missing is push it to the internet. The configuration is now online, and it always takes a while because this is github.com. I mean, it is, well, can take up to 5 minutes before you actually can install it. Sudo pacman -as it first update, of course, and then the new database comes in and then you can do something. So now we're back to the ArcoLinux Nemesis scripts. Basically, we need to have number 400. Control C, Control V, use one of them. And I had a different idea in naming. Why not call it just qtile, right? And then here, just awesome. And here, just i3. And here, just left WM. Is that nicer? Why would that be nicer? If you run maybe this one, 1. Then it's at the beginning of the list, right? And then you say, let's run 1. Then we should adapt our code because this one is looking for the 100. This one. So collecting scripts would be this. Actually this. But I think we have one too many then. Yeah, and we have the install desktops. So awesome, i3, left WM, qtile. That's actually nicer, right? And I'll ask ChatGPT later on to omit the one install desktops. That's not in the list. That's for later, for him to work out. So we've got a qtile, sure, but it's not actually qtile. It's copy paste from something, right? Qtile. The easiest way really is return on investment, use, melt, compare. So it says qtile at the top, it says awesome here, qtile. Save. Scroll down, qtile. Save. scroll down as well, qtile. And there was something specific about the other one as well. Let's cheat and have a look at left WM. Should be here then, eh? This one. This is what we need as well to give the assertive key. Scal bin and a space. Voila, the same. So get me left WM code, let me qtile code, give me everything that's in the bin, put it there. And now we have to look at, because this is not qtile, right? Awesome is not qtile. We can actually remove already a few things and add, change things. This is qtile. Fishes, obviously not. And that's it for now. Save. So I'm doing another way, doing it differently again than another video. So if you watch them all right, save. Now the qtile. How do I launch qtile? Well, let's see. We can go via the ArcoLinux tweak tool. That won't be maintained anymore. To the desktopper pi, control find qtile. And the next one. This is what they think should be, right? This is qtile. Control C. The other way of doing it is on the GitHub. I'll show you another way. GitHub, yeah. And then ArcoLinux D. They're all there, still there. As long as they're free, they stay online. But they get old, right? You'll have to change the code. So qtile. Same thing, same knowledge, same packages, same Lego blocks. Another list, right? You can check this one out as well. And in previous videos, we did that. We went down here somewhere. Voila, that's one from Alacrity. That's the one from ArcoLinux D. I'll give you a third option this time. First time in the video, right? Another option is, remember that we have Calamares. In Calamares, you can say, I'd like to install a desktop, right? So that means it should go to ArcoNet Pro, I think. Voila, ArcoNet Pro is the name we chose back then, not knowing where we would end up with, right? But Calamares, Cal is enough. Arco Pro, ArcoPlasma, ArcoNet, ArcoNet. Calamares, modules. Somewhere about desktops, there's the development YAML, the Wayland desktops, the desktops. Control find qtile. So another list. So 3 ways to figure out how do I get a desktop, right? This is a workflow video. This is not about qtile. This is you or me teaching better how you should do the homework. You can do exactly what I do and make your own GitHub. Nope, not gonna work. This is, by the way, left shift, right mouse click, having a line. Backspace, backspace, backspace. This is not needed here as well. Dragging up as well, it's possible. Again, backspace, backspace, backspace. Here somewhere in the beginning, and then way beyond this. Nope. Shift, yes, and then click, better. And it stops here. Click, click. And now we'll have 3 doubles, right? Rather than 2 doubles in previous videos, we'll have 3. F9. Sort me everything. Yes, I like to keep ArcoLinux logout. I don't want any of that, nor any of that, nor actually this one, but I do like to have a do. Oops. A do qtile. We have a package on ArcoLinux Nemesis. Rofi, all that, we'll keep it later, we'll do it later. Anything ArcoLinux related for the rest is out. We need fonts, awesome terminal fonts. Maybe, yeah, I suppose so. Oops, I suppose so. Yeah, it was okay. The menu, sure, sure. Deleting this, Alex appearance, all right. Picam git, sure, GNOME, fine. Delete. And qtile, of course. Rofi, sure, SDM is by default there. The sexy hotkey daemon is necessary, I think so. Archive plugin, Fullman, hack volume icon, notification, daemon screen shooter settings. Poor, right? There is a poor here. And the poor is this guy. And if you have flame shot, you don't need this one, and so on. B-top can be replaced, can be a replacement for that one. Choices. F9? Where is F9? There. This is what I have. This is what I have up here. So edu xfce definitely need that there. That's for tunar and the key bindings, right mouse click in tunar. TTF hack is there. Yep. Archive plugin. You can actually split this thing. How was this again? Splitting, split view. So you have this one up here, that one here. Alacrity, ArcoLinux logout, awesome terminal fonts, D menu, qtile xfce, Alex appearance. Nitrogen is there, not the fonts is there. You have to think also about ArcoLinux, right? At some point in time, we think the ArcoLinux ISOs, ArcoNet and ArcoPlasma will fail. Don't think so, but it might. So we rely on Arch. So we need to tell them, hey, I want to have not a fonts. It's by default on ArcoPlasma, by default on ArcoNet. So we're thinking ahead in case, right? I'm gonna copy paste this, so this needs to be perfect. So I forgot something then. Into qtile xfce, fe. Nitrogen is not forgotten here. Picam git, not of fonts. Picam git, pull git gnome, Python Rofi is there, yep. Tunar is there. Yep, done. So this is the actual list. And we've changed it again. Voila. We have qtile. Okay. Now we need to test it then. We need to tell this guy to do better work, right? So now we have qtile there as well. But Control A, Control C. Let me open ChatGPT. Was it already open? No. Vivaldi, yes. Well, let me do it here and I'll move it there. because, right? Just because. Okay, do not include the file starting with 1. And here it is. If file. All right, let's see. Copy. Control A, delete. Control V, save. Run. Okay. Cancel. Save. Go away. We up this to the internet. We have a nice wallpaper. Qtile edit. That's the wallpaper. Super F7. Arch clone. So an up-to-date ArcoLinux setting. No packages from ArcoLinux, C2, ArcoNet, ArcoPlasma. So the worst possible way, right? Many Lego blocks that are not there. That's all we have. So basically pure Arch XFCE. Let's see if we have the folder data. We don't. So make me the directory data. CD into data and git clone https github.com slash Erik Dubois slash ArcoLinux nemesis. Hey, Git is not installed. We are pristine and the real Arch thing, right? So get me Git and then arrow up. Nothing is lost. And we got ourselves data. ArcoLinux Nemesis. We have our ArcoLinux desktops. Right mouse click. Aha. I think we need to change something. Oh, we don't. So dialog is there. I want this. I did it wrong. I want this spacebar. And then OK. He tries to execute qtile and let's see. Because we might ask things that are not an Arch. You see, something went wrong there. Yeah, now again. So let's just type qtile. Anything red? So Rofi Albon Wayland is not there, Python Git is not there, edu qtile is not there, edu xfc is not there. Why is that? Simply put, this is Arch. Arch doesn't have a clue what the Nemesis repo is. Right? Doesn't know. Let me try to get out of this thing. My pop-up is on the other side of the thing. There he is, my pop-up. Where's my pop-up? Back in business? Yeah, back in business. Okay, so the video is a bit longer in the sense that we did not run this. Right? We did not run this. The pacman needs to go there. The mirror list needs to be there. Not really, but we do need the pacman. Okay. So let's go for 0 current choices, not installing Chatablim this time. So we need to run, first of all, to get the chaotic keyring and the chaotic mirror list in. So suddenly Pacman is smarter. He knows that there's a nemesis repo. He knows that there's a chaotic AOR. And again, I have my pop-up at the back. Oh, that is not nice. And I know why. And I keep forgetting to do that. Yes, we're out of it. The thing I should change, well, here, because I always copy paste, that is that we should not do this. Disabled. Okay, done that here already. You can't drag out of the window, otherwise you get this pop-up. Better go change them. This is so annoying. Frustration, really. Voila. Done. We can drag it anywhere we like. It's not gonna create a pop-up. So while that's running, it's doing a lot of stuff, which we can stop as we just want to observe. Do we got qtile? Close Windows and run qtile again. That's the advantage of the scripts. You can just stop them in mid-air and then try them to install them again and again and again, and I mean, you just keep on running and it won't create any doubles. So that's cool, right? So I did not see any errors. Let's see if we see something red up here. Nope. So log out. So don't do the Wayland, do the qtile. You need a completely different set of packages and icons and all that. Let's wait if the variety kicks in. If not, right, and probably not, then we go to edu qtile etc scal config qtile sexy hotkeydemon is here, config pi azerty and qwerty, config pi, control find variety, oops, control find variety, not there. How are things launched here again with scripts? Auto start, control find variety. Because we don't have this, right? User share background, ArcoLinux, Arco, we don't have those packages. It's referring to something void. Aha, it's there already. Let's have a look. It should kick in at some point in time. So the question is, why not? Because variety is not installed. This is Arch, right? Pure Arch. Sudo pacman -s yyU variety. Oops, variety was not installed. You can install as much packages as you want, or configs as you want, if you don't install the application, right? That's the ultimate test. That's Arch. Nobody has variety in there. So awesome. No one thought about installing variety. Save. Okay. Now if I completely run the applications, all the applications, it will probably be installed. It will probably be installed, but that's a probably. So there are lots of references of variety, but I need the app, right? I mean, it's just too much to look, although here it is. It will be installed in 120 install core software, so basically I don't need to put it here, right? It will kick in, it will be installed if you install any and all of those packages, but maybe people won't. Maybe people won't, right? That's up to them. I'll just leave it out. Okay, so decision time again, choices. Let's not do that. So config pi was okay. Variety was already. So I don't need to do anything. But nice. No, it's not nice, but that's because I still need to run number 0, right? cd data. And then, yeah, go in here and keep running. No. So, as I said, you can keep on running the scripts and it will just skip over things if it's not needed. I've already installed. But as you see, we have qtile. Qtile does this to the icons. No idea why. But it's nice on real metal, right? VirtualBox. So here you see some things that are skipping, already installed, and things that are not yet installed will now be installed. And it goes on doing its work, and that's the fun. Use Arch, use Arco, use an ArcoLinux distribution, run what you want to have, remove what you don't want to have. The critical files, overwrite them with your own settings. And there are like 100 videos about Nemesis repo. Use AI to adapt code. Ask, what does this line do? Explain every line of this script. And in no time, you have your own ArcoLinux Nemesis scripts. Let's do an Alt-N and have something nice. This is Pycom again on VirtualBox. And this is not mine, right? This is the default one. At least we have an image. Not the one I like, but okay. There is an image. So sure. At this point in time, add VirtualBox is already there. Good. So that's something that we like to have, but we can't run 2 pacmans at one go, right? You have to wait. So Control C, do that later. This particular script is taking a look. Oh, I'm on VirtualBox. I do have more room. All the black thing here. I can set it to 1920, 1080. That's what this does. Look around and get better resolution. No issues with XFCE and Mate and all that, because they have ways to do set it, but on tiling window managers, it's basically just what I say it is, a tiling window manager, nothing more. It tiles windows. All the rest, all the applications, you need to figure out how to set things. I think we'll pause here because this is going to take 2 minutes, 3 minutes. This has to do with mirrors, and Control T. The N mirror list is not yet loaded, so our alias is not loaded. So sudo nano etc pacman.d mirror list. We're getting the software from Geo Mirror Package Build, which is a bit slow. Bye. And we stop this one. Almost finished. I wanted to stop him, but it keeps on. I think I stopped it, but script keeps running him. Let's just cut the video here a little bit. Pausing. Script is finished. Let's reboot. And as you see, the resolution was already set the right way via the scripts. Now we're back on qtile. And this is variety there up here. You see? Well, little icon. Let's see, let's do nothing. Voila, better. Ctrl T. This time we get add VirtualBox guest utils. So an extra way of getting this done. Once is enough. It's okay now. Alt N. Let's take another wallpaper. Looks bizarre. Alt N. Ctrl T. Super Shift Enter. Super Q. Super Shift Q. Super D. Super Shift D. Super X. And we're done. You now have qtile. All right. So again, guys, I'm not gonna make a script for every single thing that we've done. We've done too many desktops. We've explained you these guys already. You can create your own here, and if you like to share it with me, we can do that. But you need to figure out if it was Xmonad or BSPWM or anything else. You need to figure out how will I approach it. It's too difficult if you don't know how to package build and don't know how to repo. Again, all you need to do is copy paste, right? Qtile, this, Skel, that's these two guys. Control C, anybody can do this. Control V, it's gonna go in here, it's gonna go in here. Qtile folder will come in here. And off you go. And then think about applications. Of course, you need the qtile application or the awesome application or the BSPM application and so on. All right, enjoy Arch, enjoy the remnants of ArcoLinux, the configs that we've used for the last 8 years, and reuse them. Cheers.